Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. So there's something that I haven't talked to you about in a while, and I'm not seeing a lot of people talking about it because, everyone's talking about the election, everyone's talking about Israel and Iran. We'll get to all that here in a little bit. Russia, Ukraine, all that kind of stuff. That's been dominating the news here lately. We haven't talked a lot about, all these diseases that are spreading around that could be the next big thing. I think we forget about what happened 4 years ago. I know you're going to say, I haven't forgot it all. But in some ways we do sometimes. Anyways, this H5N1 bird flu, that was just kind of not a big deal, and then it kind of grew and a bunch of cows got it, and then the first couple of human cases, everyone was kind of like freaking out about it. Well, did you know that there are now 42 confirmed H5N1 human cases in the United States? Most of them are out on the West Coast. Oregon, California are getting a lot. California says that they now find it in the wastewater. Sounds familiar, huh? And just the other day, they confirmed that it was in a pig. And that has them more concerned than even humans, that it's transferring so easily between animals and humans that now pigs get it. And so there's this concern that it's getting a little out of control. It's going to be pretty bad. And so a lot of people have said that this may be the next pandemic, this H5N1. I don't know. I'm just letting you know that it's actually growing quite a bit. 42, I know that's not hundreds or thousands or hundreds of thousands, but it's just kind of sneaking up on us. So kind of pay attention to that one. It hasn't, a lot of people thought that, and I even said at times that it could be something that could happen before the election. Well, obviously, I don't think in 4 days it's going to become a pandemic, but there's still enough time for it to happen before the inauguration, or some other time in the near future to disrupt things. So there's that. News is saying that they believe, based on intel, that Iran will probably strike Israel this Sunday, just in a few days. That it'll probably happen on Sunday. Now, if that intel is true, and if the people in the intelligence agencies actually believe that that's the case, it'd be interesting to see if Israel, who has also said that they will strike against Iran, if they're going to pull their punch before Iran. I don't know. It's all an orchestration. I know that upsets a lot of people, but it is. It's just a big orchestrated mess. And so that's happening. Biden administration announced that they're sending another $425 million to Ukraine. So gotta squeeze all that out. And there's more and more people online that have been and are still considered Trump supporters that are saying that they're starting to get this feeling that it's being set up for, some fraudulent stuff. I have to be careful what I say here on YouTube. FBI announced today that they have evidence that some of these videos that are being spread online that are kind of like campaign or, just videos on Twitter or on YouTube or whatever are actually being created and spread around by the Russia. Now, it could be true, may not be. But it's like it's setting up a case so that later on, when Trump doesn't get elected, they can say, it was the reason why numbers looked good and why he looked so popular is because of all this Russian interference. And thankfully, our system, worked and the judges and the machines and all this. But there's been a whole lot of stuff indicating that maybe. There was a CNN, and I know it's CNN. You don't have to tell me. I get it. It's CNN. CNN put out a poll showing that Kamala was the lead for getting enough electoral votes, that they projected that she will win with enough electoral votes. The thing is a lot of these online polls that a lot of people are seeing that's showing like Trump 60% and Kamala 30%, 60. There was one I showed you the day, 66.6% and 33%. A lot of those are, and there's been polls done on the polls. Oh, what a crazy clown world we live in. Anyways, showing that the people that are going to these websites are predominantly conservative. It's majority of them are Republican. So they're not getting a good balance of the electorate. They're not just, it's not like they're randomly selecting 1,000 people and saying who you're going to vote for. It's these websites that are conducting these online polls. They're finding that predominantly, some of them predominantly Republicans go to, and other ones predominantly Democrats go to. And so a lot of these online polls are just not accurate anyways. It'll be interesting to see. I've been telling you for a while to brace yourselves. I'm not saying that Trump's not going to get elected, and I'm not trying to discourage people from going out and voting. All that's ridiculous, because here's the thing. If they're gonna pull a punch and do the same thing they did or something like that they did last time, it's not going to really matter how many people. I've heard people say, "Oh, the only way to break their system is just to overwhelm it with lots of people voting." These are computers, for crying out loud. Do you think that they can't add just a few more thousand or a few more 100,000 or a few more million votes? I mean, they did last time. So you and I need to brace ourselves. It's not shocking, right? It shouldn't be. You know that for the last 4 years, you've been thinking that this is probably what's going to happen. And some people get a little enamored because of the energy and the emotions of the moment, and they forget what the reality is probably going to be like. I don't know. Maybe Trump will win, and we'll see what happens then. But you should probably brace yourself for the alternative. But either way, you should brace yourself for what's going to happen, because like I said, it doesn't really matter. Whichever one gets elected, it's going to be crazy for a while. It is. And looking at all these other factors, wars and rumors of wars and uncontrolled spending and disease and rushing across the border, which, if you didn't hear me, I think it was yesterday, they're saying there's been a dramatic influx in the amount of people trying to cross the border. Big surprise there, leading right up to the election. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on. And this weekend, like the last several weekends, could have a lot to hold, a lot to it, because next Tuesday's today. So, yeah, there'll probably be some crazy stuff going on. We'll see. I think there's a pretty good chance that at least Israel and Iran goes head to head again. And it may be lackluster like it's been at times, but they both say that this time, it's going to be dramatic. This time, it's going to shock the world. So we'll just have to sit back and wait and see. You've got a few days left to finish yourself up to where you need to be, where you want to be, to enter into this new era of chaos. Some of you, like I've said, live in areas that you're probably not going to be affected too much. But there are others, you know who you are watching this video right now, that you live in areas that you could very easily be affected by what's going on. And so you better be ready for it. Don't get caught off guard. Get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.